folks, Retro Bit 2001 here. Thought I'd make this video on, well, on my update on what I did to my Retro Bit NES Dogbone controller. A lot of you say the Dogbone controller by Retro Bit is bad. Well, I found out that I made a previous video on basically I put in a Game Boy directional pad just to show that it's not the circuit board. It's actually the plastic piece in there that basically, well, made it not go and pivot, because there's posts on here that basically are too long, that are longer than the whole pivot thing, so that's what is causing it to press down on all four directions. I actually modified mine to basically rock in all four directions without getting stuck. It may look like it's getting stuck in all four directions, but it's not, believe me. I modified this controller. Now, to open a Dogbone controller, whether it being the Tomy or the official one, or this one by Retro Bit, you're going to have 5 screws. I should mention there would be a sticker on here that says TTX Tech on here. I ripped that off because what's the point of having that? If you're going to open your Retro Bit controller, what's the point of having that? Just take it off, and then you'll be ready to go. You would actually have to break it in to open it. Also, you don't need like a fancy tri-wing screw. You just need a regular Phillips head screw. Also, the official Nintendo Dogbone requires a regular Phillips screw. So let's go ahead and open the 5. Take the 5 screws out. Let's go ahead and put these in a safe spot. You got 2. 3. 4. And the 5th one. Oh, almost dropped the screw. That's really bad. Now, probably didn't come out all the way. Let's turn it to the right. There we go. That's better. Now, then you take the back portion off like this. This is what the inside looks like for anyone who's never taken apart a third-party Dogbone controller. You also have this wraparound thing for the cable. I gotta warn you, the cable is so thin on this controller, you don't want to end up breaking a wire or something. Otherwise, it'd be a pain in the neck to restore this. There's also one more screw holding in the circuit board. So let's go ahead and take this screw out if I can. There we go. It's another Phillips head screw. Keep the circuit board in a safe place. Now, don't worry about the face button and the select and start. You want to worry about the directional pad. I'm going to go ahead and edit the video and take photos of before and after. Here's a photo of before. Watch the video and you'll see the results after I did the mod. It will make a world of difference, trust me. You should do this mod. It makes a world of difference for sure. Now, to modify your Retro Bit NES Dogbone controller, you're going to want to cut down these posts. Well, you can do it either one of 3 ways. Number 1, well, 1 of 2 ways if you want to modify this directional pad. Number 1 is to melt it with a soldering gun. The catch is you will ruin the tip on your soldering gun. And the second option is to use an X-Acto knife and cut it off. The catch is you might accidentally slip and cut yourself. So take your pick. Both ways will work. Once you finish cutting the posts and make them shorter than the little pivot thing, you want to make it at least tall enough that it's pressing the buttons, but short enough that it's actually making this thing, well, rock like this. I'm going to go ahead and reassemble this now. So basically you'll put your control pad when you finish doing the mod. It doesn't matter whether you're using a Dremel or a soldering gun or an X-Acto knife. Either of those ways will actually get rid of the raised plastic and will actually make your controller rock the way it's supposed to. Pivot, the little pivot thing in the center will actually make it, well, rock into the position it needs to be doing. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this screw back in, and there you go. there we go. Now, once you have this, you want to make sure that you got this back piece on. Also, I need to make sure that it's not pinching one of these wires. I think I got it pinching my, there we go, that's better. I don't want to pinch any of those wires, it will damage the cable and probably make this controller messed up. There we go. If I can get this up, there we go. Now, let's go ahead and put the 5 screws back on. Doesn't matter which slots they go into, they're all the same length. So, now I'm going to go ahead and reassemble this. And there we go. Get this screw and put it back in. So, come on. Alright. Got the last 2 screws. Oops. Got the last 2 screws to put back in. And now let's go ahead and hook this up to my AV Famicom and play some Legend of Zelda to show that this actually works. Okay, I got my TV hooked up to the AV Famicom. Let's go ahead and give it a test with Legend of Zelda. For those who don't know where I got this from, I got it from my pawn shop for only $20. Now that is a bargain. I better grab my remote. It's probably a bit loud, so give me a moment. Let's put it down to 20. Now let me go ahead and show you on screen that it actually works. Obviously A works. Well, let's go ahead and... oh. Alright. Look, I'm rocking Link with the directional pad. See, if you modify your Retro Bit Dogbone controller, you will actually get a good working controller. As for the wire situation, someone wrote a comment on one of my videos. Saying that their controller's messed up, and the A button acts as start. To answer that question, I don't know how to fix that. My guess is the cable's faulty, so you'll want to take one from another controller. Maybe that will get it working. So that pretty much wraps up my Retro Bit mod that basically, oops, dropped it, slipped out my hand, I apologize, to do a mod to make this controller actually usable. So in conclusion, of all of the Dogbone controllers, obviously the Nintendo one's still going to be the best, but after you do this modification, this one's just going to be slightly better than the Tomy version. I don't know what to make, or what else to do with the Tomy version. I mean, that one's still pretty good, but if you modify your directional pad, you will have to pop the seal on the back of the controller, but trust me, it's worth it. It will make a world of difference. That's all I have to say for this video. Thanks for watching.